What is going on, everybody? Paul here, coming at you with your Crypto Coffee update, where we start the day by discussing news and upcoming events, all in the wide and growing world of crypto, and also while enjoying our fresh cup of coffee together. So join me now for our simultaneous sip. Now that is how you start the day strong. Alright, so first things first, we are talking about the news, and what bigger news today than the decline in Bitcoin's price. That's right, it dropped all the way from about 7680, 7700, and crashed to 7200. This is a crash of the likes of which we haven't seen since last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. But all joking aside, whenever you start to see the price bump up against either heavy resistance or heavy support, things can break up or down very quickly. That's something we've seen multiple times and we're seeing again today. And one of the people that comes to mind whenever I see quick moves like this is Z, also known as the Origami Oracle, over in the Cryptide Discord. The guy is a fantastic technical analyst and he can catch these bounces and drops like really nobody's business. The guy knows what he's doing. So it very well may be worth hopping into the Cryptide Discord and keeping an eye on the Origami Oracle section of that Discord. That way you can have a handle both on the fundamentals and the technicals as these situations develop into the future. However, there are some potential fundamental drivers for this recent price decline, and let's go ahead and unpack some of those. The CFTC demands data from exchanges related to Bitcoin price manipulation investigation. This is something that shouldn't be too surprising for users that have been following Cryptide regularly, as we've set the stage for this exact issue. We've covered user Bitfinex all the way back in June, and he's examined and done fantastic research on how one of the largest crypto exchanges, Bitfinex, utilizes wash trading to pump up its volume and also potentially make some good amount of money for the exchange in the process. Very shady stuff, and he's done a great job illuminating some of that behavior. Also, here on the Cryptide channel, we've analyzed Sylvian Rive's article, Chasing Fake Volume, a Crypto Plague. Sylvian does a fantastic job breaking down how up to 93% of the volume of some exchanges, OKX specifically, is just fake. It's just wash trading, and that's a lot of capital moving back and forth, seemingly just to pump up volume numbers. And here a clip from the actual article discussing the CFTC investigation. The Bitcoin futures are seemingly derived from only 4 key exchanges: Coinbase, Kraken, Bitstamp, and itBit. Suspiciously, or perhaps not suspiciously, but just strangely, Bitfinex is missing from this list despite their grandiose status as a very large crypto exchange. So that's particularly interesting to me on a personal note. However, this statement is very correct. While Bitcoin futures are not spectacularly popular, they do play an integral role in the market. And like I said, if you've been paying attention, this isn't something that should come as a major surprise. This is something we've covered many times before and have kind of set the stage for trying to illuminate this chessboard that is major players in cryptocurrency. You can see here a Crypto Coffee update all the way back from May 4th and May 6th. Banks buying Bitcoin. This discusses options, futures, and derivatives, and how existing financial institutions are using the weight that they have currently to preserve that power into the future by doing what they can to potentially manipulate or at least steer the cryptocurrency markets into their favor. Another piece of fundamental news that may have influenced this recent price drop: crypto's dump as Korean exchange CoinRail gets hacked. Now, CoinRail is not a major exchange, or in the 80th to 90th ranking in terms of how large they are, and it appears, as of this source, Pundi X is the coin that has been majorly affected. It doesn't seem like any other coins have been hit incredibly hard, other than just Pundi X. So the team is working hard to get that issue resolved, so best of luck to them. Exchange hacks and 51% attacks have just been very rife recently between Verge and Zencash, game credits. There have been many various assaults on blockchains, and it's becoming a growing problem into the future. There's no clear one road forward in terms of how to solve this issue, so it'll be very interesting to see how various projects attempt to amend these vulnerabilities. And finally, just something I wanted to bring up. I saw this on Reddit and it really hit home for me. It's something that Juan and I say all the time. Do your own research, do your own research, do your own research. Stay safe, private keys, control your private keys. Well, this user felt the consequences of not doing that and really, honestly, reaped what he sowed. And I hate to phrase it like that, but this user had over $50,000 stolen from their Binance account. You can see here if you want to pause the video and read the whole thing, but I'll summarize it for you briefly. Essentially, this person's Facebook, Twitter, emails, everything was hacked. And using this data, they were able to disable their Google 2FA, get into the Binance account, and unfortunately transfer all of this cryptocurrency out of this user's account and into their own. Luckily, down on the thread, you can see one of the Binance representatives was able to answer promptly, get this user's account situated and locked, so that's good news for them. They're not going to lose any more, hopefully, but nonetheless, this user had a large amount of funds just sitting on a centralized exchange, just kind of, in all reality, just waiting to get picked off. A cold storage wallet is not expensive at all proportionally to the amount of money we're talking about. Even if you buy some of the most expensive options of hardware wallets, compared to $50,000, $200, $300, even $400 isn't that much to secure that crypto in a physically safe fashion. Just keeping it on a centralized exchange doesn't mean that you technically own it. After all, you don't control the private keys, and if something like this happens, you're just kind of up the creek. And I feel for this user, I really do. I don't want to put him in a spotlight in a negative way and say, hey buddy, you should have done this, this, and this differently. However, I think it's a great example to perhaps help other individuals and show them in a real time, hey, this is what can be the consequences if you don't secure yourself, if you don't do your own research, and especially if you don't control the private keys. So just something I wanted to drive home for you guys. Safety first, keep a level head out there, and realistically, if you don't control the private keys, you don't own it. So take that security into your own hands, guys. It's very important. And if you want to learn more about that, you can check the links below in the description. We link to the Ledger hardware wallet website, which is the legitimate Ledger website. And if you want to join the Discord and ask some questions about that, we'll be happy to help. But for now, that's all we have for the news. Let's go ahead and get into the Crypto Coffee update for Monday, June 11th. And there is a lot of stuff going on today, guys. London Tech Week is kicking off. The Security Token Summit is happening in New York City. BCI Summit is also happening in NYC. And the World Blockchain Forum is kicking off in New York. So really busy day for New York. MoneyConf is happening in Dublin. Martha's Vineyard Crypto Symposium. Sounds like a very nice wine-filled event. Cryptic 2018 is happening in Stanford, and Ardor will be at the CBIT conference in Hanover. That's it for Monday, June 11th. For Tuesday, June 12th, CBOE future contracts are expiring for June, so something to keep an eye on. Like I said, these future contracts are really not incredibly popular, as we saw in the article. However, they have some great implication in the overall market. Next up, E3 2018, the video game conference heralded the world over as one of the largest, is kicking off, and Enjincoin, a gaming-based cryptocurrency, will be present, so that's something to keep an eye out for. Very exciting to see crypto breaking into the gaming sphere. And finally, we have a Cardano meetup in Munich, and that's it for Tuesday, June 12th. Thank you so much for listening. Your support really does mean the world. We do not monetize any of our videos or anything of the sort, so if you feel so compelled and you like this kind of content, drop us a like on Steam. We get some Steam dollars for that, or drop us a like on DTube, which is a decentralized Steemit video platform, and we also get some Steemit dollars for that. If you feel like donating, we'll put the links below in the description, but more importantly, if you will, just share this information with somebody who you think can find it useful. After all, the entire point of this is to make crypto the best it can possibly be and spread information and human freedom the world over. So if you know anybody who can benefit, send this their way. But for now, this is Paul signing off. Thanks again for watching. We are Cryptide, and remember, the tide is rising.